them everywhere. Look at that. So it's now deciding to come back to the road. So considering a fact that the hyenas can smell from a long distance, I am now going to rely on these hyenas just to see if they're going to lead me to something, as I have noticed that where there is a kill, everywhere the hyenas are hanging around. So I'm just gonna reverse and see if we can have a better sighting again, as I can see that they have not yet decided the direction of movement. They're just hanging around the dam. So until they decide, I'm going to go back now and see if I can improve the sighting. Gary, it is nice and cool at the moment, and I can agree with you that the chances of these hyenas to do some hunting activities, they are very, very much high. So they're drinking now. So they were just hanging around here before they drink, and they were not observing. So they're trying to listen to what is happening. So this kind of animals, mostly they do get some of the moisture from the food they eat. That is a lovely sighting. You can see the reflection of that hyena by the water. Very early in the morning like this, the reflection is there. So amongst these kind of clans, the females have got high ranks. Females decide what to do and when to do what. In terms of the body size, females are well equipped. They've got very strong male genes dominance to be able to defend the clan. More hyenas are coming, just behind us. I can see they're coming to join these ones. So this is quite a very big clan. I can see the other two hyenas coming to join just behind you. So these hyenas are coming from the direction where the lion roars were coming from last night. So I'm just trying to pick up any of the warning calls. You can hear some of the francolins. They're making some noise at the moment. Not too sure if that noise is about the presence of hyenas at the moment or is about another animal these hyenas are trying to follow at the moment. So I'm just gonna reverse and try to fine tune so that you can have a better sighting. So now we've got a very good sighting again. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's about 8 spotted hyenas at the moment. Can you hear they're creaking something there? So nothing is fresh. They're trying to feed on very old bones. So from here I can be able to pick up the noise of the bones breaking. So these kind of animals are very much clever when it comes to the arrangement of the ranks. Normally they give their little ones high ranks so that the little ones can be able to demand the food. Safari Sali, hyena is one of the animals which is associated with quite a lot of traditional beliefs. And this is one of the species I was going to recommend for rebranding, as quite a lot of African tribes, they associate the hyenas with the evil activities. But one of the very much lovely story about these hyenas is about their tails. I come from Venda, which is the northeastern part of the Limpopo province in South Africa, where we believe that if we take the tail of the hyena and shake it when people are sleeping, those people are not going to wake up early in the morning. They will wake up after a very long time, and people can shake the tails and even come to your house and take you off the bed and take the bed and everything. When you wake up late in the morning, you're not going to find everything. So the hyena tail can be able to make people fall asleep for a very long time. So you can see now they are trying to greet each other in the morning. So the different animals have got different ways of greeting each other in the mornings. But hyenas, I think they've got one of the best ones. They're not shy at all. So now let's go to Brent, who is by the Masai Mara at the moment, and see how he is doing in the other side of Africa. The hyenas are still here displaying quite a lot of different activities. You can see they're just walking around. They are not shy and they are not against me on this sighting. But I know hyenas, compared to animals such as wild dogs, they are very much aggressive and they can be able to confront the lions. Oh, look, the other one is having something right on this. I'm not too sure what he's having there. Just his turn. It's very much difficult to see what that one is having on his mouth. He just got disappeared. Mark, the hyenas, they do have a very good eyesight, but they mostly rely on their sense of smell. These hyenas are eating. Some of the small pieces of meat these hyenas are eating. Not too sure where they got this from, because now I can see that one of them is trying to chew something. Yeah, there's a suggestion from Tristan that maybe the wild dogs. So, but I will try to investigate after this, because I can see one of them still has got a big piece. Maybe that big piece is going to tell me what animal was that. They're just all standing in pairs. Okay, those two trying to sniff each other. Now they're greeting each other. That was a very nice, cool sound. Some other people, they do get confused between the hyenas and wild dogs. That if you look, the hyenas, they've got spots, whereas the wild dogs have got the bigger spots, which are more like stripes. So the hyenas are very much patient. Greenland, the hyenas are one of those animals which does not have a good smell. These animals, because of feeding on carrions, because of feeding on the old rotten meat, they end up picking up the smell from those kind of carrions, and when coming across them, you will pick a very distinctive bad smell. But here, where I am at the moment, I have not yet picked up anything, meaning that these hyenas I'm seeing here, they were feeding on some of the fresh meat. So I'm just going to try now and drive before that other one get disappeared with a piece of meat, just to go and verify what is it that this hyenas has been eating before I got here. So I can see one of them is trying to isolate himself in order to eat. So they're following me. This is lovely. Look at them following me as if I am going to give them something. Here I am. I just want to position myself nicely so that you can see that meat. I can see the piece of meat on the ground. Can you see it better here? I just got a confirmation that these hyenas, they were definitely feeding on something. When I'm checking the color of the skin on this skin which is laying on the ground, it seems like it was an impala. There is not much left. It's just a skin. Maybe they're gonna come back to pick up that skin again. So while I'm just waiting for any kind of a development in terms of the activities here where I am, let's go to Tristan, my colleague, who is just about to kickstart a guided walk. So the hyenas are now trying to play in the dam. And the weather is cold a little bit, but they're not worried about that kind of a weather. All they're doing now is having a bath. Look at that. These hyenas are having fun. So the one in the middle, it looks still young. Look at that, they're going deep. I never saw this before. This is interesting. They're trying to bite water. And this kind of behavior they're doing, I'm sure it does help them when it comes to cleaning them, as these animals sometimes pick up quite a lot of blood on their legs. So this must be one of the ways these animals are trying to get rid of the bad smell. As after this water, I'm sure the blood from the old carcasses and everything from the previous carrions get washed away. Look at that. He's just pulling the other one from the ear. Sky, that is true. Indeed, this is a hyena pool party. You can see another one is joining. I wish all these hyenas could come together and swim. This is interesting. This is something I used to see done by the big animals. Rosinda, I don't think there is a bone there, as these hyenas are not sniffing the water there to try and get something. But if there's something, they're going to be able to pick it up. Look, that one is coming out with something. Not sure if it's the elephant dung. So he grabbed that from the water. Another one is coming to join just from the right-hand side. If you can see, is also coming to have a little bit of water bath. See where those two are running to. The one right in front was not there when they started. So it seems like all of them are going to do the same thing. Maybe what they're doing is beneficial to these hyenas. Polecat Mama, here where we are at the moment, I'm not seeing any sign that there is food hidden in there. But the problem is, if the food is kept in the water, other predators such as crocodiles are going to have it. So hiding food in water holes is very risky to these animals. So what is happening here now, I've never seen it happening. It's the first time for me to see hyenas swimming like they're doing now. So that looks very small. These small hyenas, they are very lucky because by these clans, when they are born with their eyes open and they've got tooth already. So immediately after birth, they do fight for the dominance. And hyenas, they do lose the cubs a lot because of siblings fightings. At a scale of about approximately 1 to 4, one sibling is dying after these kind of internal fights when fighting for the dominance. I am loving this sighting too. This is tremendous. I just heard the francolin giving a warning sign, and that warning sign is inciting the hyenas. As I can see, they are also trying to investigate what is happening in that direction. Look at that. This is amazing. This is lovely. So that other one is right deep in. The other ones are also coming to join. I've never seen the hyenas doing this. This is very, very much interesting. Yes, animals such as the elephants and the rhinos, I have seen them doing the mud wallowing and the water bath, but the hyenas is the first time. Unbelievable. Look at that. I'm sure this kind of behavior helps them to adapt in order to cross the rivers when they are following the food by the other side of the rivers during the rainy season. The one complaining is one of those which did not go to the water hole. Maybe these other ones are trying to convince him to go to the water hole for a bath, but he's not interested. You can see it's not wet. This one is not wet. He's even shaking the neck because he's trying to get rid of the water brought by those ones. Look at that one. Maybe it's going to go in at high speed. Nearly fell there. Yeah, this is indeed a great sighting. This is something very much special. It's very rare. I have been guiding since 2007, and a sighting like this is the first time. Look at that. These animals are enjoying this. Now it's not about the water anymore. They're just running around, playing and greeting. You can see Dave is even battling to film them because they're just running everywhere. So by looking at these activities, you can tell that there is quite a very strong relationship between these family members. Tristan on a guided walk. He's got a bushbuck at the moment, something I haven't seen since I got back. Let's see how the bushbucks are doing. Look at the hyenas are now trying to chew some of the sticks from the trees. Maybe this helps them to sharpen their eyes. But I think from crashing the bones are strong enough in order to sharpen the teeth. Look at that. They're using this as a toothbrush, maybe. Oh, and it's a guari bush. You know, the guari bush is one of those trees we are using in order to make toothbrush. So hyenas, they are also using the very same thing. Interesting. I can hear some noise here. It seems like there are wild dogs in this area where we are. You can hear the hyenas are also now replying to that. The wild dogs are not far away from where I am. That is lovely. I was just quiet so that you can hear and enjoy that hyena call. This hyena is now responding to a call given earlier by the wild dogs. It's just from the western side of the game reserve, which is now the northern side of my vehicle, is where the wild dog noise is coming from. So I'm just going to be here and try to investigate if we can see the wild dogs this morning. Maybe these hyenas are going to lead us to that site. This is amazing. So you can see that the sightings are so very much unpredictable, as when I started, my plan was to go and see the cats. And now I have got the hyena here with me, and from the hyena I can hear the wild dogs calling. So that whole plan has changed. Oh, this one is injured. So this one is injured. If you can just show them a little bit here. You can see that this one has got an injury. They're not too sure what has happened. But hyenas, they do approach quite a lot of different other predators to try and get hold of the food. Maybe that is a sign that there was a fight between these hyenas and something else, because I can see that tooth mark is very much big. That tooth mark is very much big. Or maybe it's a branch. This is happening right here. You can see they're just about even less than a meter away from me. You can see here. It's right by my tire. Look at that. This is interesting. You can hear the wild dogs are calling again. They're all coming back again, these hyenas. This is one of my best sightings. just want to see what this one is thinking about to do with that big log there, which is for the rubbing post. Maybe he's going back there for toothbrush. Yeah, you see. Now he's back for the toothbrush. This is amazing. It is a hyena morning. Oh, one of them is deep already in the guari bush. They're just breaking small piece of branches from the mouth. Crystal, indeed, this is a best sighting ever since I have arrived here in Djuma, but also from the beginning of my career in 2007 until now, this, I can promise you, is my best sighting. I'm just going to try and reverse so that we can enjoy the sighting again. I'm not going to leave these hyenas now. I think they still have got a lot to show me. So I'm going to reverse now and reposition myself for a better sighting. So they are now deciding to go towards the southern side of the game reserve. Some of them are now running at high speed. So now let's go to Brand, who is driving, and see what he's doing there in Masai Mara.